Acting Premier. Over the weekend, media reported that manufacturer BYD has put its proposed electric bus manufacturing facility in Ontario on hold. We are all well aware of the devastating news in Oshawa resulting from GM's restructuring to invest in electric and autonomous vehicles. As a matter of fact, automakers are pledging they will be investing $255 billion in EV R&D between now and 2023. Mr. Speaker, the world is changing, and Ontario needs a plan. To the Acting Premier, will you commit today to develop an auto strategy for Ontario to become a leader in the electric vehicle revolution so we don't lose jobs to jurisdictions embracing EVs?
The Acting Premier.
Well, thanks very much, and a good question from the member from Guelph this morning, and I appreciate the opportunity to respond. I can tell you that what we're doing in Ontario is creating an environment for all businesses to be successful. That includes those in the green sector. That includes those in the technology sector. One thing that all businesses come to Ontario or to any jurisdiction for is a low tax environment, low energy costs. Certainly, if you're investing in research and development, there has to be the talent here, and we have that in spades, Mr. Speaker, and that's evident from the recent Amazon process that just took place. Amazon and Global Toronto, which worked so hard on that, Toronto Global, said that the one thing that we have at our advantage right now is talent, Mr. Speaker, and that's what research and development and these companies look for, is a talented workforce. We have that here, Mr. Speaker. We're working on all of those other things like the high cost of electricity, getting rid of the carbon tax, and all those other things that will bring business to Ontario.
Thank you. Supplementary.
With all due respect, Minister, we're going to have to work hard to be a global leader in the EV revolution. China, India, France, and the UK have all pledged to phase out combustion engines by 2040. Jurisdictions around the world are embracing the EV revolution. As a matter of fact, automakers predict that 54% of new vehicles will be electric by 2040. More than 90% of cars on the road in the U.S., Canada, and Europe will be EVs by 2040. We can't fall behind, so I'm asking the Acting Premier once again, will you stand up today and pledge to all stakeholders, business, labour, government, and EV advocates to bring us all together at the table and fight and develop a strategy for Ontario to be a global leader in the EV revolution?
Acting Premier.
Speaker, I can tell you that we're willing to work with all companies. We're working to work with all partners, and we have been working with all partners over the last 5 months that we've been the Government of Ontario to ensure that we see that kind of investment here in Ontario. I can tell you that we're getting rid of red tape right now that is going to allow for investment in the kind of technologies and the kind of AI that we're seeing in other parts of the world. Those pieces of legislation, those tired old regulations have to be removed, and we're removing those pieces of regulation, Mr. Speaker, to allow that investment to occur. So whether it's BYD or any other automotive manufacturer, Mr. Speaker, whether it's a combustion engine or it's an electric vehicle, we're willing to partner with anybody so that we can create good jobs in Ontario. The silver lining in the whole General Motors story, Mr. Speaker, is that they're continuing to invest in their research and development facilities in Markham. We're working alongside the company to ensure that investment continues.
Open for business.